Sometimes a chap is out in public wearing next to nothing when he is swimming. I went shopping for a new pair of swimming trunks. Well, they call it a sports shop. It seemed really to be a chavwear shop. So tucked away upstairs, right at the back, behind a forest of Burberry onesies, was a rack of swimming trunks. Mostly they were great big baggy things. Why would you wear baggy shorts if you're going swimming? Your shorts would drag you down. No, I prefer small, tight trunks, all the better to show off my bum. Actually, I prefer no swimming trunks at all. Trunks are just not natural, except on elephants. Does a shark wear trunks? Does a halibut wear trunks? Does a pilchard wear trunks? Mind you, there is of course the codpiece. And don't forget barracuda shorts. But the selection available in this store is pathetic. A few trunks, just a couple in my size, but with such a deep crotch, I think they'd probably come up to my nipples. And they're all black, which just doesn't go with my skin tone. But then I spotted just the pair, tiny little things with a blue band. I looked in to see the size on the label. 13 years, it said. Children's clothes don't have VAT. So I took them up to the counter. 13 years, she asked. I said, so? Good, that is out of order, it's so unfair. I asked if I could try them on. She said yes. So I took off all my clothes. You're supposed to do that in a cubicle, she said. I got dressed again, paid my money, and rushed back home to try them on. So I've got some tricks made for a teenager. Now, when I was a teenager, I wasn't a big lad. I was a late developer. Actually, I'm still waiting. I was so small, my parents were worried I wasn't growing properly, so I went to see the doctor. He said, go behind that screen and take your clothes off and get on the bed. So I went behind the screen, took my clothes off and said, is there a ladder? In due course, the doctor came behind the screen, lifted me onto the bed and proceeded to prod and poke me. He grabbed my balls and said, can you cough? Yes, sir, of course, sir. I'll do anything you say, sir, if you'll only squeeze a little less tightly. I do remember being 13 and that I had a cock and balls. Still do. And actually, I was quite interested in them, as well as the doctor. I mean, my cock. I wasn't interested in the doctor, although he did have lovely strong hands. Anyway, there is so much down there that is to be fascinated in. Before puberty, it's just a little joke, it's just a willy, but when you start to sprout pubic hair, your balls are big and dangled down, you get erections and stuff. It's just rather more interesting than British social and economic history, 1700 to 1914. That's enough of talking bollocks. Anyway, the designer of these trunks seemed to have had a small opinion of a teenager's bits and bobs, and she left not a lot of room for it all. But I did manage to squeeze into them. You left me talking like this, but I did get everything in. They look fine in the mirror, not flattering for my endowment, but I'm going swimming, not walking down a catwalk. Mind you, my bum did look good. So I was pleased with my trunks, and I couldn't wait to try them out in public. Well, I could wait a little. I mean, I didn't rush out onto the high street. I sat in my armchair and I picked up my violin. Now, since this section has been all about shopping, I started playing his mazurka in B flat. Just then the doorbell rang. I opened it to find a squad of police officers outside. One of them said, "We are from Operation U-Tree. We hear that you have been fiddling inside a 13-year-old boy's swimming trunks." "It's all right," I said. "I'm taking them off." So they arrested me for indecent exposure. No, that's not really true. It was the mazurka in A flat minor.